The sunglasses are back. Why? Because look good, feel good, talk good on the internet. This is the moment I got knocked out in my very first Muay Thai fight. And this is the moment I landed a knockout in my second. These fights completely changed who I am. And every single man, even if you never fight, should go through something like this just one time in your life. So in my first fight, where you just saw me get absolutely sparked out, I trained hard for it, but I was completely untested. I spent like 3 months training once or twice every single day at a Muay Thai camp in Thailand, and I was thinking, I am ready for this fight. I'm gonna win, no problem. I'd seen other people fight, they made it look easy, and I thought, you know what, I got this. I'm a bad man, I can do it. But I didn't actually know what real pressure felt like until I stepped into that ring. I got absolutely clipped. I went down and the ego was a little bit shattered. Bit funny, before the fight, I didn't actually know who I was gonna fight. As my opponent walked in, my trainer had a bit of a worried look as he was wrapping my hands and doing all that good stuff you do before the fight. So I saw this look and I said to him, I was like, do you know that guy? Like, do you know the guy I'm fighting? And he thinks about it for a moment and then he goes, he an old man, you win sure. And I thought, you beauty, I got it, no problem. I'll gas him out, knock him out. Unfortunately, that guy is like the absolute godfather of Muay Thai on that island. He used to be a pad holder for Bukhao, very, very famous Muay Thai fighter. And he seemed to get off on just shattering little foreigners' dreams and destroying them in the ring. But good lesson for me. And honestly, thinking back to it, while I didn't like it at the time, it was the best thing that could have happened to me because it stripped away all the fake confidence and it showed me exactly where I stood, at least in the world of Muay Thai. So the lesson I took from that is getting humbled in that instant was actually a gift. It was a good thing. I'm glad that happened. And look, you can build discipline. You can feel pain. You can feel some form of pressure if you're just going to the gym to lift some weights, but combat sports really build your mind. Combat sports teach you all sorts of things like emotional control under fire. I remember when this guy threw his first combo at me and all I thought was, oh fuck, I'm in for it now. I'm just gonna try and survive for the 3 rounds. And genuinely it was terrifying because I knew straight away just how much better he was than me. So, emotional control under fire, fear management. What did I do in that instant? You can't run away. You just have to force yourself to focus, throw away fear and do the best you can. That is the only chance you have of survival. If you panic, you're guaranteed to die. If you lock in and you do the best you can, that's the only option you have. Like humility, that was forced upon me. I learned that very quickly as soon as the fight ended. True confidence, earned confidence, not fake confidence. Before the fight, I was thinking, yeah, I'm the shit, I'm that guy. I've come to Thailand, trained for 3 months every day, watch me hit a clip and everyone's gonna love it. Didn't happen. And the really important thing for men is how to stay calm when someone actively wants to hurt you, when they've got that little evil glint in their eye, when they see some fresh prey to destroy. And you can't fake that kind of strength. That's why I love combat sports. It gives you something you cannot obtain any other way. Once you've been in a real fight, a bad day at work does not feel like the end of the world. It barely feels like a little speed bump. It's not even a problem anymore. But the story doesn't end here. Now it just gets good. So after that first loss, I changed everything. My training, my attitude, my why. Why was I gonna be here? Why was I gonna do this? I stepped into the ring in my second fight and I wasn't thinking, I'm gonna knock this guy out, I'm gonna win. I was just thinking, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna use my training as good as I can. I'm gonna manage my fatigue. I'm gonna hit the openings. I don't care if I win or lose. I just wanna make a good fight. Try and stay composed and do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. So when the moment came, when I saw him open up in his body and the counter was there, stayed calm, landed clean, knocked him out, end of story. It was actually really funny in that instance because this is going back a while, so I still wasn't good then. I'm still not great now. But I remember I just started swinging like a mad lad, as you probably saw in that clip. But I remember after I landed the kick, I was just swinging like a mad lad. I must have closed my eyes at some point because when I opened them, the guy wasn't there and it took me a second to think, what's going on? I looked down and he was on the ground. And I never have felt such a sense of fulfillment than after that second fight. When I got beat up, when I got knocked down, and I came back and I won and I didn't let the loss define me. And while that's a really nice comeback story and one I'll tell to the grandkids for years, the win was not the thing that made me who I am. The loss taught me so much more than that win ever could. The journey in between the first loss and the win, that was where I became an absolute weapon. That was where all the transformation actually happened. In my opinion, every man should face a situation where quitting feels like an option, but you don't. That's where the real confidence comes from. You need to put yourself in a situation where it's high pressure, high stress, and a very real risk. You can get seriously injured doing these things. I'm not saying you should do a Muay Thai fight. You could do something like boxing, whatever your flavor is. But there's a real risk, and at any point you could quit. And all that's going to happen is you're going to be a little bit embarrassed and people are going to think you're a pussy. But you can quit, and you know you haven't. That's where you get the real confidence from. You don't have to compete. You can at least just spar, but you need to test yourself. Every time you avoid fear, you shrink. Every time you face it, you grow. It's simple maths. So I am so much stronger now, not because I won, but because I got up after losing. So step into the ring, feel that fear, do it anyway. You will come out a different man. So subscribe if you're building into someone who's dangerous, calm, and in control. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what combat sport are you going to start as soon as this video ends. Give me updates on how your training's going. Hopefully fight. That's a pretty G thing to do, to have a fight. Even if you lose, you'll learn so much more from a loss than a win. So let me know what you thought, boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like on the video, turn on notifications, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.